All right, guys, got the KLX 140 back out here. Gonna do the first dive on this thing. A couple things I want to do because I don't fully know what I'm ordering just yet is I need to get these bolts off. I actually already tried with both metric and American sizes. Cannot get them off with those. So what I'm gonna do is try to get like the get some like smaller vice grips on there, yank them off that way. I really don't want to weld anything to it and have to pull it off that way, but if that's what we got to do, that's what we got to do. I need to see what's going on back there, and also I'm going to pull this starter off, test it, and also I'm going to test the solenoid. So I'm gonna do those things so that way I can actually find out what I need to order, and then if we have time before it gets dark, then I will also swap out the bars, because I already have another set of bars. I want to put bigger ones on here. These look like the stock bars, and yeah, that's what I want to do. And I'm actually glad I looked at this. I thought I needed a clutch lever. I need a front brake lever. Oh, okay, good to know. Cool. Yeah, I'm glad I haven't ordered anything yet. So let's get started. All right, so I got these bolts out. They're obviously not pretty. Ended up having to run over to my neighbors and borrow an extractor bit, but we got them out. And just like I imagined, there's nothing in there. So it almost doesn't make sense that the starter is clicking and not turning. Obviously, if the gear that he pulled out was bad, it would still not be clicking. Like the starter would still spin. You would hear like a, but you don't hear that, I'm assuming. So next, I'm gonna pull off the starter, test the starter, see what we got there. Oh, also, we got Jag Swag helping us. Say what up, bro.
What up, bro?
All right, so no idea what's going on here, but I came over here to start working on getting the starter out, and I noticed this is just sitting here. So, not sure what that's all about. Let's, hang on. Hold on, all right, still clicking, okay. Well, let's get this starter off and run power to it and see what it does. All right, so we got jumper cables hooked up to the battery. This is the ghetto way to do it, by the way. Jumper cables on the battery, and then you come down to the starter on one side, hook the ground to the bottom of the starter, and then you come up here. We touch this to that top post. If it spins, it's good. So the starter is good, 1000%. I believe the solenoid is bad because after I took all of this off, I clicked that button one time and then the starter spun just for a second. The starter spun just for a second and wouldn't do it again, and then the solenoid just went back to clicking. So $10 part. We'll throw that gear back in here. I'm 1000% gonna need to order a gasket. Actually, they just had gasket maker on here, so maybe I'll do the same thing, Honda Bond or something, just cheap to get it back on there. But yeah, the starter's good. I think that gear was good. The one-way bearing, I believe, is good, which should be oh, hang on, it could be. I don't know if this is, I think this is only supposed to spin one way. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. But either way, the no, that might be fine. That might be fine. I don't know, but either way, I think the solenoid is bad. Starter's good. We just saw that. So throw the starter back in. We'll throw that gear back in, and maybe try to jump the starter. See what happens. I don't know, but I'll let you guys know in a second. All right, got the starter back on. Put in some different hardware. I am going to pause for the night because I'm getting absolutely torqued by bugs, and also I need to get a bunch new hardware for this bike, so I'm not putting any of this old stuff back in it. So even if I were to put the starter gear back in, it wouldn't get bolted up tonight. So we got to go get some new hardware. So see y'all in a couple seconds. Oh, before I actually go and call it a night, I pulled off the air filter just to see if it needed replaced as well, because I'm going to go inside and just order everything that I can think of right now. so it's all here at once. But it kind of looks like, I mean, the air filter is absolutely disgusting if you can't tell from right there, but it looks like it's all in one piece. So, oh great. Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay, so we're probably looking at a carburetor clean because it wasn't seated on there all the way. But again, whatever. Let's see, can I pull this? Let's see if we can pull this on here, or if it's ripped underneath before I get too carried away. Yeah, so that can be pulled over top. But honestly, it's pretty brittle. I might just order a new one. Whatever. I mean, it's what, $5-10 to order one of these little things. Yeah, probably just order a new one, honestly. We'll see. But yeah, okay. Well, that's what the airbox looks like. Pretty trashed, but I kind of imagined that's what it would look like. So, all right, now we're really calling it a night. Jack, say, see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Alright guys, back to work on the KLX. It's a new day. Have some parts that came in the mail. We got the new tires that came in, the Wig Racing tires, the actual same ones I got for Jagger's bike. This is actually Jagger's whole new wiring harness and stuff for his bike because I ordered the wrong one last time. And then we got tubes in here, the air filter that I pulled out and cleaned. We have oil filters, we have a starter solenoid, we got rear brake pads, we got the brake lever, all that stuff. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is put that starter solenoid on and see if that was the starter problem. So let me get to that real quick. All right, got the new starter solenoid on. Start button on. And now if this starter spins, it's all good. Yes, sir. All right, starter spinning every time. So the only thing we had was a bad starter solenoid. So we can put that gear back in. That gear was not bad. Put that back in here, seal it up, change the oil. This bad boy should fire right up. All right, so next, I think I'm gonna swap out these bars. Sorry, it's starting to rain a little bit more. So run here, swap out the bars, and then after I do that, swap out this lever. I really don't like these levers at all. I'll probably switch this clutch lever too, because it just gets a better feel when you have the OEM stuff. But for now, the clutch can stay. We'll just swap out the one that's bent, and then worry about the aesthetics later, like cleaning it up. But for now, I'm just gonna swap these bars out and yeah, get some new grips on there and stuff. So I'll get to work on that. Quick update, got the Renthal bars on that I had laying around, the old grips that I had on the RMZ 250. And then one thing quick I did was I went through, and these KLXs I guess are known for the side panels to not be very sturdy. So what I did was drill a hole, drilled a hole, drilled a hole, drilled a hole on both sides, and then zip tied them. It looks kind of crazy right now, but when the seat goes on, it'll cover that all up. Only casualty I had to do was drill a hole, and I'll clear this up. I'll clean this up and make it look nice. That looks insane. But had to drill a hole on both sides so that way the seat bolts can go through. It's a pit bike, not a factory bike, so don't really care. Just want all the plastics to stay on. So I'm about to finish up right now. And then probably not gonna have time to throw the tires on today, but it's okay because I got to pull the back one off anyways because the chain and sprockets are still not here yet. So waiting on that. So for now, toss the seat on. I can clean this gasket up, put that back on if I have the hardware for it. I think I do. And put that gear back in there. And I mean, maybe we could see if she fires up. Not totally sure, but I'll have to check the oil first. All right, guys. So got the air filter back in, air box lid on. The other side cover back on. I guess you can see these stitches just a tiny bit, but it's way better than what they had before. Renthal bars on, and I also put that starter gear back in. So I don't know if this has gas in it, but we got to see if this thing cranks up. So let's give it a try. All right, maybe there was some truth to what the guy was saying. Obviously the solenoid was still bad because we weren't even getting the starter to spin, but we definitely have some issues in there, so he's right. So I'm gonna put this away for the night. A couple seconds for you guys. If few hours, day or two for me. We still got to get the chain and sprockets in. We got to get the new tires on. But everything else going super well so far. I know a lot of people put higher bars on these. I'm definitely not. I'm a short guy. I'm 5'8", so definitely gonna leave that on. The front brake, man, the OEM lever feels phenomenal, and I got that thing like right when you pull it, it squeezes, so I love that. But yeah, that's what we got going on for now, man. This thing needs cleaned bad. I'm gonna have to go through, there's so much sticky residue, so I'm gonna have to go through with like some brake cleaner or gasoline or Goo Gone or something and get that off. But oh, my neighbor's shooting in the background. But yeah, so we'll figure it out. But yeah, all right guys, another update on the KLX. This is multiple days later. So right now I got the back end off the bike. I put the rear tire on already. I hate putting tires on and it always takes me forever, so I wasn't about to film that. Put the new sprocket on the rear. One thing that I noticed, another thing, the axle was so seized on there, freaking extra rusty, so we'll Scotch Brite that down, recoat it. And then the brake pads, this is a product of not knowing how to put brakes on, so those are trash. Luckily I got brand new brake pads to go on, and then the pins are also very seized, so we'll clean those up and re-grease them. So that's the plan for right now. Also, this is another product of not knowing what you're doing. Whatever, we'll fix it. So guys, look at my quad.
Look at my quad, guys.
Super cool.
Yeah. And the wheels can spin.
Yeah, that's awesome, huh?
And the back wheel can spin. And I got a truck shirt on. That's my plan, right?
That's your plan?
Yeah.
You're so cool, dude. You are badass.
Yeah. But I got the MotoZ sticker.
I want to be just like you when I'm 3. You do got a MotoZ sticker.
Wait, I want to see. I'll show you the MotoZ sticker when I take this one. So,
Right there. There you go.
the MotoZ sticker on. And what's this sticker right here, Dan?
That's Magura. It's brakes.
For my bike?
For Daddy's bike, the dirt jumper.
Why? Why did you put that on you?
I don't know.
Well, it's still my helmet, right?
Yeah, it's still your helmet. You can take it off if you want.
And look at the helmet I got. And I'll show you what bounce bike I got in a minute. Okay? Okay. I'm showing them my new bounce bike. Why do I have to hurry?
Guys, taking too long?
What?
Taking too long?
And look my new bounce bike. It's cool, huh?
Yeah, it's super cool. All right, go for it. Let me finish up. Love you.
I'm gonna talk to the people real quick. One more time, okay? I'm gonna talk to the camera one more time. And it's cool, huh?
All right, a few more days later, maybe a couple days, maybe one day, I don't remember. But back to work on the KLX. Things that I've gotten done off camera. I put the new sprockets on, the new chain on, the rear tire, put brand new rear tire on, and luckily it held air because I hate putting tires on, so I was sure I pinched the tube. One thing I did notice, I was messing with the back brakes. I put the back brake pads on, and I couldn't get it to bleed, so I ordered a new, I don't know if it's the caliper or if it's the actual pump, so I just ordered both. So got a new caliper and reservoir coming, so that should clear that up. That'll be here in a couple days. So for now, I ordered, these are heavy duty springs, the BBR heavy duty springs for the rear shock and the front shocks. And then right now I'm going to do the one-way bearing because I'm assuming that's what we got going on, because it's catching, I don't know, is it okay? Yeah, So it's not catching. Like, it should catch one way or the other, and it's not catching either way. So one-way bearing definitely shot. So let's get to work on that. I need to start working on a second tool collection, because literally all the tools that I own almost are in my truck toolbox. So every time I need tools to work on the dirt bike, I got to get to my truck, and then when I'm all done, I got to put them back in my truck for work. It's annoying. I need to start a second set of tools. All right, guys, so got the stator cover off. It was not the easiest thing in the world. I had to, where is it? I had to weld Allen keys to the bolts to get them out, because of course they're stripped. And you guys are not gonna believe what I found inside. Loose bolts just flinging around in there. So the one-way bearing may not even be bad, who knows. But we got to pull that off, clean it up, flush this engine, see what's going on here. This is phenomenal. This is great. Whatever, we'll fix it. All right, upon further inspection, all three of these bolts appear to be broke off from something. So I got to figure out, I don't think they go in those holes because they look too small to go in there. So yeah, I get the flywheel puller, pull that off, and see where this goes. These could be the bolts that go in the back of the one-way bearing, honestly. Because, hang on, let me check the new one-way bearing. It's right over here. These bolts almost look like they match up. So it could be that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Give me a second. All right, wrapping this day up. We got the front tire on. Super hyped about that. Hopefully, pray to God, it holds air, because I suck at putting tires on. Back tire on, chance rockets, like we've already said. And I did not have the flywheel puller, so I'm gonna run to the local motorcycle shop tomorrow. Hopefully they will pop that thing off for me. And yeah, so catch you guys tomorrow. A couple seconds for you, a day for me. All right, guys, we are here at Solenberg Performance, Shelbyville, Indiana. These people are helping me out. Dude's super nice. I came in here, they're actually a Harley shop, but I was like, man, I don't have this tool and I need it. And they're like, man, we got you. So he went over to his house. He's like, I gotta go home and get it because we don't have this stuff here, Japanese stuff. He's like, but his house is like right there. It's like, I'm gonna go to my house and I'll get it for you, and then I'll knock it off. So he went inside to grab a wrench. We're gonna pop this bad boy off and we'll be in business. So if you need anything near Shelbyville, Indiana for your Harley, go to Solenberg Performance, because great people over here, man. Phenomenal people. Come and help me out. All right, so my man just came out. He got this off for me, and it was shot. Fell completely apart. So I would say it's safe to say that there are pieces of metal down in here. So what I'm gonna have to do is, man, I don't know, because again, only half of this came out, so that's pretty concerning. I'm gonna put a magnet down in there and just fish the magnet around, because this bike did run when I picked it up, so obviously it's not blowing up. Put a magnet down in there, fish it around, and just grab what I can grab. But yeah, this thing was absolutely shot. So at least we got a new one on there, or we have a new one to put on. But yeah, oh, and I gotta clean out these burrs and stuff, so we'll get all that handled. But yeah, this thing might fire up today. So yesterday when I said the bolts broke off, I was right. Now, since we're already torn down, we're gonna go ahead and do the BBR rear spring and the BBR front spring. So that's what I'm doing right now. Sorry this video is kind of sporadic all over the place. I just want to get this thing done and get riding, and I'm gonna make it all one video instead of making it a ton of videos. Also, I'm not sure if I had to or not, but I could not get that rear brake bled. So I just ordered a whole new kit. It came with the caliper, the rear master cylinder, and the steel braided line for like 65 bucks. So got that on there. All right, I don't have a spring compressor, so while it was still in the bike, I just ran these up with the mallet and a flathead, got that loose. I counted the thread, so I'm gonna put the old one exactly where this one was and then adjust it from there if I need to. But now that I got this spring loose, somewhat loose, I'll pop this shock out of the bike. All right, got the old shock out of the bike, or the rear shock out of the bike. I got the spring right there. So basically, I need to clean this up, obviously. But basically, this has to get pulled off of here, and then it'll release tension and take all this off, yada yada yada. I don't fully know what I'm doing yet, but I'm gonna figure it out, and I'll let you guys know. All right, got that off. Basically, just release these or back those out all the way to the top, and then you just kind of fish this out past the shaft, and you're good. All right, got the rear shock on. It was nowhere near close to the length that the stock one was. I think when I pulled the stock one off, there was 12 threads in between this collar and the empty space up here. From start to finish, those 12 threads, and I think on this one I went down like 25. So just keep that in mind. It's not going to be the same as that I thought it would be, and it wasn't. So yeah, now on to the front. All right, so after you pull the two nuts off that are on the top, basically you're going to reach inside, and it's going to be these two things that pop out first. Pull those out, and then it's going to be these two washers that are sitting directly on top of the springs that I set over here. Then when we get over the concrete, these are the stock springs. Let's go ahead and see if we can open up the aftermarket springs with one hand, just for a little comparison here. All right, so we got the aftermarket on the left and what I believe is stock on the right. Right off the rip, it seems like the aftermarket on the left is a little thicker and it's a tad bit longer. Let me see. So if that's even right there, that's the difference. So we'll just do this in reverse order. Put the new springs in there, drop them in there, and then we'll fill it up with fluid, put the washer, and put that piece that is right there, put the washer or the nut on, and try to toss it back on the bike without dropping it. All right, after searching multiple forums and YouTube videos, I found out that you need 10 ounces of fluid in each fork. So go all the way up to 10, right there. All right, forks back on, front brake back on. I'm just looking over, see if I forgot anything. As far as the front end goes, I don't think I did. Let's pump these front brakes because I know I'm gonna forget. And there we go. Oh, cool. All right, and didn't I think I already told you guys I got the back brake working too. So, yeah, let's start reassembling this thing. And then another thing that I didn't tell you guys is the bike will start now. As far as the starter does work, it makes a screeching noise. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't care, to be honest with you. If it screeches, starts, whatever, maybe a bolt or something is too long. I don't know. I hope that's not the case. I'd imagine it. I don't know. Doesn't matter for now, at least. It'll start. It'll fire up. So let's throw this thing back together. Put the carb back on, and fingers crossed it runs like a champ. This will be the absolute last piece of work that I need to do to this bike to actually go rip it and have a good time. So fingers crossed it goes good. I'm gonna throw it together real quick. All right, guys, so since the last clip that was just a couple seconds ago for you, it's actually been a few weeks for me. I've been working on this thing off and on, and finally got it complete, finally got it running crisp. I went through 3 carburetors on this thing. I tried to jet the first one that I had, and I think it was already a Chinese carb. That didn't work. I ordered a brand new Chinese carb. That didn't work. So then I ordered the PWK 24 millimeter keying carb. Money. So let me show you guys ultimately what we got going on with this thing. It's still not fully clean, but let me tell you, this thing runs phenomenally. Let me show you what we got going on here. All right, so if you remember before, obviously the plastics are not clean yet. It has a bunch of sticky stuff. I'll get that off later. We just wanted to work on the actual mechanical stuff right now. So we did the stiffer fork springs in the front. You can see the stiffer rear spring, the red one. And if you look in here, you can see that carburetor. Oh my God, it's beautiful. It has the clear bowl on it. Man, we got the plastics. You can tell a little bit, but we had to zip tie them to the frame, but these things aren't going anywhere. And then we just drilled holes right here to get the seat in and out. The exhaust back on, the brand new tires, if you remember. We kept this lever because this one was fine. Replaced this one with, what do we do here? We got rid of the choke, and then knocked this tab down because it was getting caught on the throttle cable. And the reason we got rid of the choke up there is because this carburetor, I'm not sure if you can see in there, maybe not, might be hard, but that little blue lever right there to the left, it's actually a choke on there. Only thing that I have not fixed so far was the oil leak fully. And I want to say the oil leak is leaking from that rubber grommet right there, so I got to figure that out. And speaking of the choke, it's right here on the ground. I forgot it. So, oh, I gotta put the breather tube on because that looks kind of ghetto. But this thing is money. So the new chain and sprockets are on. I kind of forgot what I showed you guys and what I haven't showed you guys. I guess I'll see when I edit this video. You know, we did the one-way bearing, so the bike starts up great. Oh my goodness, no choke. No choke, and that was cold start, by the way. Cold start, look. Cold start. That's insane. So we got this bike running primo, and man, I am just so happy with it right now. I can't wait to take it to a track, test it out. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like the low bars or not, but I guess we'll figure it out. I'm a short guy, I'm 5'8", so we'll see how that goes. I definitely I'm gonna need to lose some weight because even with the heavier duty springs, I know for sure I'm gonna bottom this thing out when I jump it. But let me find this vent tube and then take it for a spin. All right, toss that bad boy on there. See if I can do it one hand. There we go. There's that. Slide it down in there. And we're good. Cool. Let's fire this thing up and get her warmed up. Oh my gosh, like nothing. Didn't even need the choke on. Also, got a new helmet. So this will be a cool time to test that out. All right, guys, safe to say, she's a ripper. One of my greatest investments. I can already tell I'm gonna love this thing. Way less risk than a big bike. I mean, sure, maybe I'll tear my ACL or something on it. Whatever. Let me know where I should take this thing. If you guys know of any good pit bike organizations in or around Indiana, you don't even gotta be in or around Indiana. I'll take it anywhere. Let me know where to race these things. Let me know who wants to smoke. Because I got it. For at least a lap. Any more than a lap, you might get me because I'm breathing heavy. Peace.